Hello everyone, and welcome back to Learn Math by Example. Now it's time to take some examples on arithmetic sequence. So, consider an arithmetic sequence where the first term is 7 and the common difference is a 3. For part A, we're going to try to find the 15th term of the sequence. Then after that, if the last term is given to us as 94, we need to find out what is the position of that term within the sequence. Let's start with part A. Finding the 15th term, or U15. First, let's identify our known values. So we always start with what we know. We are given the first term U1 as 7, the common difference D is equal to 3, and since we want U15, our formula as always is UN is equal to U1 plus N minus 1 times D. Let's substitute the values that we have in the formula. So U15 is equal to 7 plus 15 minus 1 times 3. So U15 is 7 plus 42, which is 49. So the 15th term is 49. Now in part B, we already know the last term UN, which is 94. And we want to find out the position of this term in the sequence. Again, we already have U1 equal to 7, D equal to 3, and our formula is UN equal to U1 plus N minus 1 times D. Let's replace all of the values in the formula. So we get 94 is equal to 7 plus N minus 1 times 3. Now let's solve for N. Solving for N, this will give us N minus 1 is equal to 29. Since N minus 1 is equal to 29, this means that N is equal to 30. So there are 30 terms in the sequence. Okay, let's take a second example now. Let's say we have the sequence 5, 9, 13, 17, 3 dots, 101. This means there are terms between 17 and 101, but we do not know how many terms we have. Now, our goal is to find the number of terms in this sequence. So, our first step is to identify the key components of the sequence. As usual, we start with U1 if we have it, the common difference, the last term, or anything else that would help us solve the question. So here we have U1 is equal to 5. The common difference D is equal to 9 minus 5, which is 4. We know that this common difference is constant because the sequence is given to us as an arithmetic sequence. Okay? Now, the last term is given into the sequence as 101. This is the last term that exists in the given sequence. So we have U1 is equal to 5, D equal to 4, and UN is equal to 101. Again, let's use the arithmetic sequence formula. We have UN is equal to U1 plus N minus 1 times D. Let's substitute the values that we have. So we get 101 is equal to 5 plus N minus 1 times 4. Again, this is a linear equation. Solving this equation will lead us to N minus 1 equal to 24. So N will be 25. So there are 25 terms in this arithmetic sequence. Okay guys, let's take another example now. Let's say we have two terms given to us. U5 equal to 23 and U12 equal to 58. Now we have to try and find the general term UN. Here in the given, we do not have U1 and we do not have D. We know that the general term is UN equal to U1 plus N minus 1 times D. For U5 equal to 23, U5 is equal to U1 plus 5 minus 1 times D. This simplifies to 23 is equal to U1 plus 4D. And for U12 equal to 58, we have U12 is equal to U1 plus 12 minus 1 times D. This simplifies to 58 equal to U1 plus 11D. Now, from these two equations, we can create a system of equations where we have 23 is equal to U1 plus 4D and 58 is equal to U1 plus 11D. Notice here that in both equations, we have U1. This means if we solve this equation by elimination, we subtract both equations to get 58 minus 23 is equal to U1 plus 11D minus U1 plus 4D. This simplifies to 35 is equal to 7D, since U1 and U1 will cancel each other from each equation. So d is equal to 5. Replacing d in equation 1, we get 23 is equal to u1 plus 20. This means that u1 is equal to 3. Now that we have u1 and we have d, we can find the general term. un is equal to u1 plus n minus 1 times d. So we have un is equal to 3 plus n minus 1 times 5. Simplifying this term will give us un is equal to 5n minus 2. Please remember that all the formulas for the arithmetic sequence are in the formula booklet. So all you have to do is identify the given components and then use the general formula from the formula booklet to solve the question. Depending on the question, we would know which formula to use. Looking at the last example for today, let's say we have an arithmetic sequence whose 8th term is given to us as 47, and we have the common difference d. Here, the question is asking us to find u1 and the general term un. We know that the general term is un equal to u1 plus n minus 1d. We know that u8 is 47, n equal to 8, and d is equal to 6. So replace these values into the formula to find u1. This will give us 47 is equal to u1 plus 8 minus 1 times 6. This simplifies to 47 is equal to u1 plus 42. So u1 will be 5. After we find u1 and d, all we have to do now is just replace these values into the general formula. So we have un is equal to 5 plus n minus 1 times 6. If you simplify this expression, you will get un is equal to 6n minus 1. As simple as that. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next lesson. If you have any questions, feel free to leave us a comment.